out. James is at a conference. Him and Michaela are at a housing conference, correct? So Alex and I are going to be presenting to you guys tonight. I know we sent out a link for a survey. I'm going to quickly go over some of those results. People are still able to complete those surveys about the community. So if I know we've got it on our social media. So if you know anybody that needs to share that or wants to fill out the information for the survey, these are all things not in complete detail, but things that will go in the comprehensive plan for Lowndes County and the rest of the cities, or however you can Dasher, Lake Park, and the unincorporated areas. We had about, I think, 56, 58 surveys completed so far. The vast majority have come within the city limits of Valdosta. The next largest group is in the unincorporated area. We're not going to go into a ton of details on what's going on in the survey because some of the answers are all over the place and there's not a lot of cohesiveness in some of the answers, but we'll look at some of the things here. As far as natural resources section you went, what are some of the issues and needs that you have noticed within our community related to this topic? Recreation and clean water were by far the highest two areas that were completed on the survey. Agribusiness was next, and the others were not nearly as much. Some of these have, what do you call them, can't think of the name. Word clouds. Some of these didn't. You had to have enough answers to create a word cloud on the survey generator. As far as cultural resources goes, some of the issues there are public facilities, family recreation, citizens participation, which shows up a lot on every category is citizen participation, information, civil involvement. But by far here is public facilities and family recreation. Recreation is another thing that shows up quite often, are what the citizens who have completed their survey so far are looking at and want in their community. Once again, recreation shows up. Did I skip it? No, I went backwards. I'm sorry. All right, this is the word cloud that was generated in that area. No, sorry, I skipped housing. Housing, affordability, and first-time home buyers and housing grants were the highest levels here. And if you look at the word cloud, you see housing and affordability are some of the biggest words that show up often. I think the major thing for the people who completed the survey so far is the affordability of housing in the Lowndes County area. Yes, sir.
Can I say something?
Yeah, absolutely.
On
this
affordability.
This is what.
So, affordability lately has been drastically reduced by the cost of development, the cost of infrastructure.
Absolutely.
So just FYI, moving forward, affordability is also going to be more dense. And our local officials are going to have to come to terms with that affordability equals density. Because otherwise, we're pricing a lot of people out of the market if we want to continue developing in these R10 size lots, which is a $58,000 lot, which is a $400+ thousand home. So just to get that out there.
I wasn't going to go into that, but
Okay.
that's for y'all to decide how you know, density is not my decision. It's people who are building, the people who are zoning.
I think that's true as long as it's an option.
Yes.
As long as it's an option, you're right.
Yes.
But
Well,
when it doesn't become an option, then it's a major problem.
Well, and here's I did read through some of the written answers on here, and I didn't pull them out. But one of the things that did show up several times is a variety of housing types. Obviously, we have a variety of incomes. We have a variety of people. So the housing types are going to change depending on what your income level how old you are, how much family you have, how many kids you have. So it's the variety of housing type, I think, is something that the community has shown, at least in this survey, that they want. Because not everybody wants to live in a 2,800 square foot house, but not everybody wants to live in an apartment either. It just, but the housing variety type was definitely something I saw multiple times in some of the written answers in this survey this afternoon. Transportation, sidewalks, which was the number one answer here. I saw a lot of people, of those 58 people who filled out these surveys, who wanted more sidewalks, more variety. I was a little surprised to see bike lane was the third one, but sidewalks is a big thing. Connectivity, maybe not put in those words, but was certainly something that people were looking for and wanting. Being able to be closer and be able to get to grocery store, the doctor's appointments, and those things in a variety of ways other than just the vehicle. And obviously, with the sidewalks and the paved roads, people want to be able to get places quicker and in different varieties. And one of the major complaints I did see on this is how much traffic has increased in Valdosta, Lowndes County. Obviously, you take the good with bad with traffic, because when you got traffic, that means you got people doing commerce, going to work, and things like that. But you're always playing catch up with the infrastructure and making sure that your traffic is not backing up, but the traffic, the amount of traffic that we have seen as an increase in the area was one of the major complaints about transportation. And as you can see, the word cloud, sidewalks is huge, bike lanes, traffic, roads. There's connectivity there, there's community, there's some various different things. We can also send this out to you guys if you want this. We can send it to the email to everybody who showed up, and it's on the stakeholders list and when we get back to the office in the morning. But as you can see, sidewalk is, I think, the largest thing here. That obviously, transportation is generic, but I can see infrastructure here. There's a need for, and a want for, a variety of ways to move from one place to another in our community so far with these surveys. This is a little bit smaller because there's more options here with land use. But building maintenance, transparency, green space, zoning updates, land maintenance are our highest three here. These are all things that people are interested in as far as the land use section that are going to go toward inside your new comprehensive plans. This one's also smaller because there's way more sections here. Community facilities, the homeless aid. There was a lot of people that mentioned stuff about homeless. I know that's very hard to see. That's super tiny. But the first one says homeless aid. The second one, once again, recreational facilities. People really want things to do. Disaster shelter is the third one, which I'm sure that need has appeared a lot more over the last 2 or 3 years that we've seen the hurricanes and things come through our area. Private-public partnerships is the important one, and updated facilities, and some of the other stuff it's all there with public facilities. And I obviously don't, got police, fire, EMS down there closer to the bottom. But as our county grows, those services are going to be taxed more and more. As there's more people are going to need the police, more people are going to need the fire, more people are going to need EMS. So those are all things that they're at the bottom of this survey, but you're always going to be playing catch up on in the community as as we get more and more folks that live here or visit here. And as the word cloud here, it's by far, homeless is the largest thing there. Shelter,
Can I just ask a question, please?
yes, sir.
What you're showing us as a result of a survey you sent
Yes,
us?
yes.
How many responses were there?
I think there are 58 so far. The survey's still out, and we need to continue to share it on our social media platforms, so we.
That was a SWOT analysis
Yep.
that they took
This,
last workshop.
this is,
This is the result of that SWOT analysis, so this is the result of your input plus what we tried to capture
From the community.
outside in the community
Yes.
from the time that we met last.
I don't quite understand. 58 responses or plus what?
58.
It was 58 total,
Total.
but this is including the SWOT analysis that you guys did in the last meeting.
In addition to the people who filled it out in the last meeting, the rest of the community, we had a total of 58.
But the survey link is still open,
It's still open.
or how much longer?
I don't know if there's a date set. Do you
I
know?
don't think that we have a closed date
I
yet.
don't believe we have a close date, and that's why we encourage you guys to share. I know, like I said, it's posted on our social media, our Facebook page, but we encourage you guys to share that.
Yeah,
as
we
big
don't
as
have
possible.
many responses from Ringmerton, Hahira. or
Yeah, I don't
Baxter.
think we had any who filled out from
We're trying to get
Ringmerton.
a little bit more.
Yeah, we had 0 from Ringmerton, I think 1 from Lake Park. The vast majority came from either unincorporated Lowndes County or the city of Valdosta. I think even Hahira only had 2 or 3. But yeah, we want as many folks to participate, because this is all things that we can put in, as your needs and opportunities for the community. Any other questions?
No, thank you, thank you.
Did that clear?
I have something to say about bike lanes.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think bike lanes are a great idea. We need more of them in town. But trying to put them on the busiest thoroughfares is an awful idea. People that ride bicycles know that they're not riding on Patterson, they're riding on Williams or one of the streets in between because it's safer there.
Yes.
So trying to have them force us to put bike lanes on our busiest roads is a bad idea.
No, I don't know how much I should share my opinion, but I agree with you.
Okay.
And sometimes that is out of
Out of our
SGRC's
hands,
or local
sure.
government's hands, because GDOT says, oh, I'm putting bike lanes here.
Right, but,
No, I'm
yeah,
as a citizen who lives here, because I'm not riding my bike on Patterson Street either.
correct.
Intergovernment coordination, transparency, community engagement, improved relations are our top areas there as far as things that showed up in this survey. And then we'll go to broadband, and there wasn't enough here to create a word cloud. And then we had broadband, affordability, faster speeds, fiber internet, rural access. And I know nobody in this room controls the affordability of internet. That's on the providers, but that is something that, that the people who completed the survey wanted as far as this. And that's kind of the completion of the survey so far. But once again, that survey is still open. We want everybody to share that link as much as possible so we can get more participation in it. I've gone over the survey so far, and I'm going to hand off to Alex to